Hey there, I'm glad you could join me today. Today I'm going to talk about something that I introduced during one of my last posts, and that's the customer experience flywheel. And I introduced it with a diagram that I have here for you. And that's the customer experience flywheel. If you can read it, it's got a few initiatives which I'll go through, and we can talk about how you can help improve your customer experience long term, your business actually long term, using a flywheel. But first, I'll start by explaining what a flywheel is. So a flywheel is a self-reinforcing loop that has a few initiatives that feed onto each other for long-term success. And I first heard about this through this book, Jim Collins' Good to Great. Really great book. If you haven't read it, I encourage you to read it. If you're in business, if you're a C-suite executive and you haven't, this should be mandatory reading. And in the flywheel here, he talks about some of the initiatives that companies that weren't doing that well ended up doing and how that created long-term success. But to illustrate this, let me use a company that we all know, and that's Amazon. So Amazon, I'm assuming we all know Amazon because it's quite famous. So Amazon is a flywheel. Their business model is a flywheel. And I actually heard that Jeff Bezos asked Jim Collins to have to talk to the team, the executive team at Amazon at some point when they were designing how they're going to create their flywheel. So let me tell you now about the flywheel, the Amazon flywheel. If you look at Amazon, every initiative, every new seller creates more demand. Every new customer creates more sellers. So that becomes a self-reinforcing loop where the more sellers there are, the more customers there will be. The more customers there will be, the more sellers there will be, because the more customers, then the more people want to sell things to them. And that improves the variety that customers get, which means that more customers now come to Amazon to look for products, because now there are more sellers, and it just feeds onto each other. They feed each other into this loop that just becomes bigger and bigger with time, and it creates long-term success. If you look at most of the successful businesses today, from Airbnb to Google, if you look at Google is a self-replicating loop, because the more you search, the better your search results. The better your search results, the more you use Google to search, and it gets smarter. So it's a flywheel, it's a self-replicating loop that just reinforcing loop that just gets better and better with every single search that you do. So I'm here to talk about the customer experience flywheel and what initiatives can you take up in your company, in your business, to help improve service delivery, to help improve customer experience for your customers. So the first is having motivated employees. And I start here intentionally because a lot of people don't understand that if you don't have motivated employees, they're not going to give your customers good service. It's the same concept as having, let's say, a maid, and you have children, and you have a maid who you live with your children. If you treat your maid badly, chances are she's going to treat your children badly when you're not looking. So it's the same thing when it comes to employees. If you treat your employees badly, when you're not watching, they're going to treat your customers badly because they're going to give as good as they get. So you want to start with motivated employees. You want to start by getting the right people. So selecting, you have to be very selective, because you get the wrong employees and you end up trying to motivate the wrong employees. So you want to get your employee selection right first, and then you get to motivate them. You treat them well, you give them the tools that they require. Because what that will do, that's the first step there. What that will do is it will increase productivity and increase your quality of service. So you can see that loop. It starts here with motivated employees, and it comes here to higher service and increased productivity, because your employees are motivated, so they produce more, they give better service to their customers. And what that does is automatically it increases your customer satisfaction. So right here you've got increased customer satisfaction, which is a result of your motivated employees who then produce better quality of service and products, who then make your customers happier. And guess what then happens? Right here you've got increased sales and revenue. So a lot of people try to go after this last part before they fed this loop. Their loops are starving of one or two of these elements. Or even if you have one element that is missing from this, I can tell you're not going to make more money. You're not going to increase your revenues. You're not going to increase your customer satisfaction if you just have, how do you deliver increased customer satisfaction with unhappy employees? Actually, that's usually a nice way to look at things. Look at the reverse of it. If you have demotivated employees, productivity is going to be low. They're going to be demoralized, so they're not going to give good quality of service. What happens then? They don't give good quality of service. Your customers are unhappy. So how do you expect your customers to keep coming back to you when you're unhappy? Unless you're a monopoly or your business doesn't depend on happy customers. But if it does, you do want to get this flywheel right. And that's why I made this flywheel. So I'm sure it will help somebody out there. Look at how you motivate your employees. Look at actually from how you recruit your employees to how you motivate them, to what processes you have in place and tools you have in place to help them increase productivity. Because yes, you do have to have some things in place to help improve productivity. And one of the things that I really like is measuring inputs and outputs. So there's been research done where they actually show that just measuring things helps to improve productivity, which is a great hack. So improve your you have your recruitment, you recruit the right employees, you get them motivated, you improve their productivity, you measure, then you improve their service delivery. You have better service delivery as a result. And then from there, you have happier, more satisfied customers because now you have great products and services. And then from there, you've got the revenue. So there you've got your customer experience flywheel right there. So yeah, so that's it for me today. But I want to make an announcement because I'll be taking some time off. I've got a customer experience course which I'm working on and doing a lot of research. The course has been in existence and now I'm revamping it and I need to actually do some deep work. So this is another book that I'm going to ask you to read. This is a great book when it comes to doing really intense work. It's called Deep Work. Again, mandatory reading for everybody, especially in today's day and age when there's so many distractions around us, and doing deep work is actually becoming more rare, and it's something that's quite necessary, especially if you want to deliver high quality service, which I do. So I'm working on refining my customer experience course, and as a result I need to focus a lot more of my attention in that direction and make sure that my customers, my students will get great results from going through my program. And if you want to find out more about my program, hit me up. I'll put my email down below, so you can send me an email and I can tell you a bit more about it. But it would be great if you also know somebody who should undergo a course in customer experience, in service delivery. Hit me up or share this video with them, and we can engage and get people to deliver better service. That's actually what I want. I can't do it on my own, so what I want to do is to have more people who have the knowledge of what to do, and then they can deliver better experiences, or they can help other people, and of course that will create a flywheel, and that will continue to reinforce. And the more people do it, the better the industry gets, the better customer experience gets. Because think about it, you're a customer. In any way, you buy a product, you're somebody's customer. Isn't it great when people actually understand how to deliver better better service, how to design better products, more intuitive products, how to give, how to design better customer journeys. Isn't it great when that happens and, you get this great experiences? You don't have to stand in line because they've taken care of that. You've got better self-service, you've got better experiences on people's websites, or better applications or services, everywhere from private sector to public sector. Like, that's what I want to change. So as a result, I need to do actually a lot of deep work. So I'm going to cut myself off for a period, and then when I come back, I will tell you all about it, and I will also continue to share the ideas that I have around customer experience. And I look forward to seeing you when I come back, and keep that flywheel turning, and we'll see you the next time. Oh yes, and if you like this video, then it would be nice if you like it, and if you subscribe or follow me, and then once I start releasing more content, you'll be the first to see. So look forward to seeing you next time.